Hello dear viewer, I'm leesusss. Welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival, and we are back in survival mode again. I hope you enjoyed the hour-long video I did last time for the creation of a fairly basic big square ugly box base. But there we go. It's not easy to make these things quickly, you know, and it was a lot longer than that, the video, before I cut it down to an hour. Anyway, whether you enjoyed it or not, I'm glad you're back. We need to build that base now, okay? It's one of the jobs we need to do critically, and remember, to do that we go into the factory and then we choose the item we want to do, in which case this is base shelter 1 here. It's not quite the same as the one you saw before. In fact, you remember, if you watched the video, I was whining about staffium being a problem in here. We actually have some staffium, but not very much. The problem with the staffium was the big windows that I chose, so I've made some changes like that and other things to make it easy. But these are basically the things that we need to do, but we can't do it yet. If you look down here, it says we haven't actually unlocked some of the items that are critical to the base. So let's do some of those in the base here. So we need the fuel tank. We've got a lot of points, by the way. We're level 5 now. We need the small generator. We need cargo boxes, and we need. Is that it? Well, there's some other stuff we need, but I wonder if that's enough for us to be able to make this now. Flare, elevator block, and ventilators. Ah, I see. Okay, maybe I hope we can get to some of those. Are they going to be a problem? Sometimes you have to go through other things to get to them. So I'm being a bit cautious around it. One of the reasons we need to build a base is there are occasionally unpleasant things around here, and I'm a noob right now. I can't do very much. You know, if something attacks me, I've got another 48 points left. I could be in real trouble. You know, a couple of raptors turn up. I'm in trouble. And ventilators. We're there, I think. Well, while we're here, why don't we celebrate with a couple of things we need. Light armour to try and increase my survivability, and I will go with assault rifle as well. That is probably enough for now. So if we now go to this, yeah, we can now add it to the factory, yeah, and now we need to put in there all the things that are missing from in here. Okay, do we have some of the things? Yes, we do. We have some of them. So in here you can put either literally what they're describing here, or something more complicated. So you can't put, like, for example, stone dust is about as basic as you can get to put in there. You can't put iron ore in here, but you can put iron ingots in here. And say that I had like a cube already made for one of these things, I could stuff that in there as well, and that would also, the individual components will be used to make up what is missing. The factory system is really quite good, and I do have a bunch of stuff in here actually that I've been making, and some other basic supplies that I need from here. So let's put some of those in. Actually, before we do that, let's do something else first. Something I need to do really quite urgently right now. Make myself some armour. There's not many armours that you could actually make. This one's quite cheap and easy like that. There's medium and heavy armour and other things in the game like that. There might be other varieties, but those are the ones I know. This is my spare storage box for now. In here, yeah, but only light armour's the only one you can actually just make. Okay, and right now we quite need it. So for example, we look at our stats. Our comfort zone is 15 to 35 degrees C. We've got 0 radiation protection. We actually picked up a few rads as well. Now this armour's not great, but it will help us a little bit. And certainly already we're feeling that late at night, when the temperature drops, which it will tonight as the sun goes down, we're quite uncomfortable. And if we get slightly more uncomfortable, if we get too close to the polar zones, we will get frostbite. And medical injuries in this game are brutal. Okay, they're very hard to deal with. The medical system in here, there's a reason why there's so many complicated things in here. And even then, even having those items, you can still get yourself in a lot of trouble as far as that goes. Anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to make our armour, and then we're going to start scooting around and making all the things, finding all the bits and pieces we need to make this base, and then be far more comfortable. And there it is done. And the good thing about light armor is you can just put it on. There we go. Okay, so we've already dropped it down to 5 degrees. We'll still be in trouble in the polar regions when it goes down to 0 degrees C, but we've got some resistance, some light resistance to various things. We've got some armor resistance as well. And we can put boosters in here, and we can't really make many... Oh, the other thing. Got a built-in light, thankfully. A shoulder-mounted light after so long. Oh, you can't quite see behind us. It's always chase cam. Anyway, see in front of us, rather. In here, there are some other things you can make. No, I think we have to have the better constructor for the other boosters. But we'll hopefully find some of those as we go. Right, now everything else in here, all this stuff in here that's we don't really need, we can just shove this into... not that, probably. What we've got some titanium, we don't need that. What else have we got in here that can go in? Oh, we'll keep those for now. We'll keep those bits and pieces. Right, let's go to the factory again. So we stuffed these in. We need carbon substrate. There we go. 20 tubes. That's most of it done in there. In fact, carbon substrate is a simpler material. Actually, by the way, there's something else about the factory. We need 2 more carbon substrate. We're going to put 3 in. You might be saying to yourself, where's the third one gone? It's kept within the factory. So if we make another blueprint later, and we will do, that will be held onto and we can use it again later. Yeah? Oh, we need to make some planks, do we? Fine. I thought we could just put wood in there, but obviously not. Let's make some planks then. There we go. What else can we can put? The silicon in there. No, not in there, you fool. We can put the silicon in here, and we can put the iron in, and we're not doing very much here as far as that goes. We can put the steel plates in. They will also contribute. We need some stone dust. We'll get that from mining. We'll have no problem getting stone dust, believe me. And that's all we've got. That's all she wrote for now. Yeah. So we're gonna have to go and do some mining. Well, let's get these planks coming out first. Oh my god! I didn't stop it in time. I didn't stop it in time. I forgot that you get multiples of certain things. I think we actually need 2 planks for this. The planks will get used at some point. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Not to worry. There we go. Wooden plank. I can't even know what wooden planks is. Maybe the bed made out of wooden planks. I'm not sure. We need a lot of everything, don't we? As far as that goes. That's what we're going to do. We're going to drive around. We've got some food. And we've got some ammo. And we've got, actually... Can I make a drill? Oh, I can't really make a drill at this stage, I don't think. We'll have to just drill with our survival tool, which will be fine for now. So now we need to go off and find various resources around the world, which we can do very easily. So we can go and find some copper and some iron. And while we're doing it, there's some other things I need to do as well. Other little bits and pieces and jobs. There's a comm array I need to go to. You don't have to worry about those. Let's go quickly down and do some mining. Yeah? Let's go to silicon. We'll go to silicon's quite close. We'll go and do that. Right, now I'm not going to put you through mining. I'm just going to check nothing's no tilleropods are running around or anything like that. Going to sneak up on me. There's one over there, see? Come here, you. Come here, you. That's the wrong thing. Yeah, that made you change your mind, didn't it, eh? Just the one of you? Okay. There's a couple of ways of mining. Of course, we can start digging in the ground like a pleb. Yeah? Paranoia. Like, there's another way of doing it though, which is to get our drone out. Here's our drone. See, you can't actually see it. The drone is armed with the same thing that we can't put a weapon on it, by the way. There's one over there, I can see him. Slithery bugger sliding around over there. But the drone can be armed with things like drills and survival tools, and therefore we can dig this down a hole without having to worry about, am I going to like get myself stuck down a hole? Meanwhile, we need to keep an eye on our health to make sure we're not being attacked. And we can skip back from the drone fairly quickly. Oh, I've forgotten something, you know. I've forgotten 2 things actually, which are not going to help us doing this very easily. They're going to make things a bit more tricky. Okay, one of the things I forgot was my portable constructor, which is a little annoying. And also, I forgot my ore scanner, which is a different sort of scanner compared to the one that we're actually got in our hand right now. It's makes it a bit easier to dig to see the ores when you're digging underground. Okay, how do we pick it up? We're very slow here. I'd love to have a drill. I just don't have a drill right now. We'll work it out. So I'm not going to put you through mining, but at least you can see how mining works. Now, just hop back a second. Chloropods. See what I mean? Oh, that isn't good. Don't come down here, fella. I have got a jetpack actually. I forgot I've got a jetpack on the standard armour. Right, that's thankfully. See, luckily I came back at that point there. Okay, so that's mining, and you don't do too much of that. You can do it in other ways as well, and with the drill is far quicker. But what we've got now is a lot of crushed stone in our inventory. Oh, do I need to crush? Oh, it's stone dust I need, isn't it? That's the thing. This is why I need to have the construction, the tool with me. Let me go back and get that. Okay, very handy. We have we've completed our silicon raid. I took about 60% of that small resource that was left. The what do you call it? The 60% of the ore patch, the small ore patch of silicon earlier, and now we've got some copper. We're heading towards. We can do that as well. Not very much copper needed. And of course, the great thing about this is that you're going to turn most of your supplies into the things you're mining into ingots straight away, and then you can stick them straight in the factory. And therefore you are not lugging the darn things around. And again, with weight and volume turned on, that is more of a challenge. I think we've found something that's going to help with our construction. I'm most of the way through making it. I'm just missing about a third of the iron. Just be careful around here though. You do get quite a number of these cyborgs just wandering around, causing trouble. There's one over there actually, you see him over there? Now some are just got their brains scrambled, and they don't do anything very much. And some of them are armed. He doesn't look like he's armed to me. And why wreckages are good are for two reasons. One, because we can get the salvage from it, which will go straight in, so a steel plate can go straight into here. Yeah, didn't do very much, it's only part of a steel plate. You need multiple steel plates to actually make a difference in here. But if it's free stuff, we can stick in there without mining. And also, under here somewhere is a resource. Or rather, it's a cargo box that we can get some stuff. And it might be just a bunch of crap, like electronics or whatever, but it all helps right now at this stage. In fact, there it is now. You can see the top edge of it. And I think there's another small wreck up ahead from you as well. And if we had a decent tool, a multi-tool. Oh, crap. But okay, it's okay. It's reasonable stuff. If we had a decent multi-tool, this would be very fast right now. Okay, I got tired of taking so long with these things, so I've unlocked the multi-tool. It's got more choices. This is the advanced version of what the survival tool does. So it won't dig in the ground, but it will salvage things a whole lot faster. And when bits fall off like that, because they've lost connection with the ground, you can grab in one big chunk. is why I tend to cut the bottom out of these things if I can. Okay, we have everything we need. Didn't take too long. Took quite a lot of one of the mining iron ore sites, but apart from that, we are there. But we're not quite ready yet. As you can see, there's a real production time involved in this, so it is going to take a literal real time 45 minutes or so to make the big box base. So what do you want to do in the meantime? I've got some more. You can see I've got a go to supply depot quest over there on the side, so I'm off to do that. For you, I don't know what you want to do. I mean, you can hang around here if you like. There's you can go and paddle your feet in the water if you want to. I'd be careful though. It's not a very friendly swamp. But I'll be back as soon as I can. As soon as I'm back, we'll build the actual base. Okay. 20 seconds now. Here it comes. Come on, gimme. Okay. Here it is, the big monster that it is. Now, I forgot how big this damn thing is. Let's turn this thing around for a start. It always worries me when it goes away, like I've messed it up. Right, 1 second. Okay, I'm not going crazy. Oh, I just realised I'm missing a texture over there. Right, okay. Now I'm just thinking about which way to face this. And one of my lights isn't on. We have to repaint that. What have I done wrong here with some of these lights and things? So that's the front. Oh, does it matter too much? I don't suppose it does. 1 second, let's just do it here. There we go, and there's the building, partly embedded into the ground, which is nice. Okay, now what has changed here from what we did before? I've got to do some of these textures and things, which is annoying me. Okay, now, a couple of changes here. Get those bugs out of here. My God, so annoying. Remember before, I had the core inserted in the ground. I still prefer to do that. However, I made this slight change because I felt that digging into the ground as an early game player without a drill, which I now have, is kind of a pain. So I figured just for this once I'll do this. Now I think this core is quite exposed because you don't have to blow. If you imagine attacking from this side, you don't have to shoot through that block to then shoot the base. So I think if I was in a dangerous environment, which this isn't, if I was in a dangerous environment, I would armour the other side or put more blocks on the other side to defend it on the outside. But that's it for now. That is the only change from the. And then the other thing I did in here was, apart from messing up some textures here and there, it looks okay, doesn't it? Was I changed the windows because the big windows needed stathium, and that was more of a pain to do. I've got a small amount of stathium, but I still wouldn't have had enough to make this base. So what do we do now? Well, it's not turned on, is it? Let's put some fuel in. So I do have some fuel on me. I've got some biofuel. Biofuel is just made from wood and stuff like that, yeah. So it's very easy to make. Oh my God, that doesn't do much at all, does it really? And it's a very cheap resource that you can easily put in here, yeah. Power's now on. We don't need oxygen on. We don't have a shield. But everything should now be on. If we look over here, generator's now turning. Yeah, we'll pick up a little bit of rads from it. We have to not get too close to it. Yeah, it's over there. Core's on. Everything's on. Everything is fine. And now we can start playing around with the base. I mean, I could put oxygen in here, but I don't need to. This is not actually turning, see, because I've not oxygen turned on. But if we were in a place that needed oxygen, we could do that. We can change any of these blocks around here still. It's just a bit harder to do. You know, it's not that we can't do it. It's just a bit trickier to do it for doing that. However, the most important thing we can do right now, though, is save a lot of our materials. You see these stakes? They're about to go off in about an hour's time. If we're fast, though, if we go over here and we grab all of our expirable foods, I mean, some of these are expirable and some of them aren't. We can grab all the most important ones from in here. mushrooms and stuff like that are super valuable. Buds are very valuable. All those things, yeah, and stuff like that. We can run back inside fast. Now, if we had a wireless connector, we could just... what you can do then is you can open up your base. Oh, come on! I need some steps to get in here. You can open up. You can get to the inventory of your base without having to be in it or looking at the block. But right now I don't have that. So let's quickly stick all this, you know, things into here. All these things that can expire. The fridge is definitely on, isn't it? It's got a light on the front. Let's have a look at our devices. Hold on, that's the wrong thing. Devices. Oh, we've not sorted them. Look, there we go. Fridge is on. Yeah, it's turned on. Look in there. It's all fine. Yeah, everything is now safe in there. Those things will not go off as long as we have power. And this box is a bit crappy. We can do better than that, but we can do that with that, and then we can do things like we can go and make. Where's our? We can go. So there you go. More protein stuff like that. We can make ourselves a wireless connector, so we can do that, yeah, and we can do that. We can fix our problem over here. No, it's a big problem, but I'm just showing that we can do this. We can make. Where's the paint tool? Can we not make a paint tool in here? I thought we could. Maybe I can't. Maybe I need a different constructor to make a paint tool. No, well, if I can make a paint tool, I'll do that. I'll fix that, and then we can do things like we can do choose base, and then blocks. Or we can make some concrete stairs. Oh, some wooden stairs? Let's use some concrete stairs. There we go. A set of concrete stairs. There we go. And we can go and put that in place. By the way, look at the volume over here. This is what, like 80 in volume. This is why building outside of constructive is far trickier to do, because it's even carrying a handful of these blocks is really heavy. Yeah, so imagine trying to build this thing when you can only carry like 6 blocks at a time, a big base like that. But there you go, our base is done. So now I'm going to move everything in here. What I've got an oxygen and water condenser here. It's condensing water and oxygen out of the air, so they can use that when we get to a place where we don't have that. I've also got on the map, if you look at my top right, there's a little white dot above me to the west. That is a water collector. So it's in the swampy water. It's not great water, but it's okay. And it's collecting the all the swampy water, and it's turning it into reasonably clean water over there. And that's going to let us... there's some more biodegradable stuff here as well. We can put all this in our inventory and put it in the fridge. We need more fuel. There we go. Yeah, we're collecting stuff like that, so we can put that in there. And all this inventory we can put in our storage box over here. And lots of other things to make this base far more homely. But I think that is quite enough for this episode. Yeah, we finally built our gigantic base. And then I think next episode, what we're going to do is we're going to... what am I going to do? What am I going to do in here? I don't know. I'm going to make this base a whole lot better. Yeah, there's lots of things that we're missing that we couldn't unlock at the start, but we can now unlock. And we can do a better source of power than just putting in these tiny cans of biofuel. That ain't doing a whole lot, is it? You know, we need some better supply of power coming in here. We can put a wireless connector in, so we can easily send things in here. We can improve the storage. We can put a big storage thing over here. We can start doing some planting and various other things. Get ourselves ready. And after we've done that, probably the next one after that, if you look on the right hand side, go to abandoned base. That's our last big mission on this world. Okay? And once we do that and rip all the goodies out of that place, we're then going to head off. Where's the big obelisk? There it is. A lovely sight over there, the big obelisk. We can head off to our big obelisk and we can go to new worlds and we can raid all the good stuff out of them as well. Yeah, because that's what we're here to do. I can't help it. I'm English, you know. I've got to do some colonialism. I've got to go and steal It's not nailed down. It's in my nature. You can't blame me for it. You really can't. Anyway, thanks for watching, dear viewer. I hope you enjoyed this. We finally got this produced. And as much as anything, I know it wasn't much of a video, just watching me doing a bit of mining and collecting stuff and then building this. But I'm trying to give you an impression of, what takes time in this game. And now this is done. This is now our main base, yeah? This has... Oh dear, I can't carry very much, can I? I'm already at max inventory over here. Giving you an idea of what takes time. And now we've built this, we can make modifications to it quite easily. Yeah, we've put a lot of effort to it, but other effort can now be put into other things, like making the wireless connector, so I'm not running back inside every 2 minutes, and also, making things like building a vehicle to get around in, and all the other things we need to do. Yeah, and the effort put into this is now done. And if we have to do this in the future, on some future alien moon or world, it's going to be a whole lot easier, because we won't be digging around for ages trying to find all the stuff we need. We will have it all ready to go. Yeah? Anyway, there you go. That's building your first base on a typical world like this, in a game like this. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourself, and I hope you join me again next time for gussying this place up a little bit, making it nicer. Take care of yourself. I'll see you again.